They go, Trump participating in some sort of like, what's it called? Participates in Summer Soiree. Swarthy, isn't it?
This big, beautiful bill.
Don't care, 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 don't care.
Elected officials.
What's this with a fucking Evita bullshit? Hey everybody, that's a good one, huh? They had to do this for him because he hasn't been outdoors in like 3 days because he's been hiding ever since the drone attack from Ukraine on Russia. We'll get to that in just 1 second.
What a nice group. Look at them all coming back now. They were way out at that fence and they're coming back. They're running. Don't fall, please, nobody.
Because he was late?
We had an administration that fell a lot, and we don't want to have that. We don't want to have any of that. Well, I'm delighted to welcome to the White House the thousands of proud American patriots, and that's what you are, you're patriots. You know, we've never done this before. You know that, right? This is a first. They didn't do it. The previous administration wouldn't have thought of doing it, but we're going to...
What do you mean, holding up basically a political rally on the Capitol grounds like a douchebag and basically selling access? No, they wouldn't have.
To do it for 4 more years. I don't know, maybe 8 more years. I don't know.
Not happening.
But we love you all. You're really amazing, successful people all, and you just gave your heart and your soul, and we won every swing state. We won the popular vote by millions. We won everything you can win. And now we have a
and now it's our contest to lose.
Successful country. Doesn't it feel different? Different, so different. So many people say, go away, and all over the world they say it feels different. The whole world feels different, so it's an honor. It's a great honor, believe me, and we should all be happy about it because we're bringing it back like nobody would have thought possible. The event has, and I just tell you, it was really the brainchild of a few of the people that happened to be in the audience. I won't bother to embarrass them by introducing them. They don't need that, but they just had this idea, and I loved it immediately upon hearing it. But this is the largest crowd so far that we can imagine to be on this lawn in many, many years. This is a big crowd. There's a lot of people, and this is all a group of people that love what we're doing. They love MAGA, Make America Great Again. And
Good Lord.
that's what we're doing.
And we're doing here. What was this thing I was saying? Because I'm not going to walk down there and talk to you assholes. I'm going to do it from the fucking balcony. Like a South American dictator.
So I want to thank you all, and very particularly have some good food there. I know a certain place serves food, and I think you're liking it. I like it, but I think you're liking it a lot. I want to express my gratitude.
McDonald's. Yeah, you go all the way to the White House, you get to eat fucking McDonald's.
To just about all of my members in the cabinet who are here. They are here in great numbers. I didn't know what they were saying. They said, I'll see you tonight. I'll see you tonight. And
he didn't know this was fucking happening.
I've been so busy between Iran, Russia, China, and every other problem that we were left that I'm saying, what the hell is happening tonight? And then I said, I'm seeing a lot of thousands of my friends tonight. But I want to thank the members of the cabinet in particular. They've been unbelievable. We have a great cabinet. You see the results every single day.
No, you don't.
Let me also give a big round of applause and welcome to our new White House interns. This is the very first day on their job.
Oh, okay.
Really great.
That's what this is. This is the
Julian,
intern gathering.
Julian, where are you, Julian? Are you out there someplace? I think so. Where is Julian? Where? Oh, look at him. Oh, is that? Wow. Good. You ever hear of the great Jack Nicklaus? This is
oh my
his
God.
grandson, right? I immediately said, get him on board because he's got great genes. You can't get better than that. And, you know, especially so your grandmother, okay? Barbara, who's fantastic. So good luck.
Good Lord. Genius. Yeah, this is sweet. This is I don't think anybody else could hope. Well, this is what you wait in line for. This is your dream come true. You get to make it to the White House so you can eat McDonald's and have this dickhead talk to you from a fucking balcony. Now, granted, it's better than him breathing on you up close. So
you're going to do very well. Thank you, Julian. Very Good. Say hello.
For good. Yeah, say hello.
I wish I could play golf like Jack Nicklaus. It just didn't work out that way. But 6 months ago, we had a nation that was as cold as ice. It was cold. The whole.
Well, we were willing to sacrifice our love. I think that, shows, taste and breeding on our part.
world was laughing at us, and they're not laughing anymore. That I can
Not at the country. They're laughing at you.
tell you now, because of the people here tonight. We have the hottest, most talked about country anywhere in the world. I went to the Middle East. We went to Qatar, Saudi Arabia. We went to UAE. We went to 3 stops. We brought back $5.1 trillion. Think of that. 5.1. They ordered massive amounts of military equipment, regular equipment, 200 Boeing aircraft, and we got one for free for the nation. You've been hearing that.
Nope.
United States Air Force got.
Hey, asshole, we don't get to fly it. So knock it off. And it's useless as it's an insecure plane. I mean, here's what you should do. You should convert that plane into a transport medical vessel for underprivileged people who need medical care and have to be flown across the country. Pilots volunteer their time all the time to, make trips, and you could have a giant plane that did it all the time and just write it off. That would be fantastic.
One.
He won't do it, but that's it. When I become president, that's what we're going to do with that fucking plane. That plane is going to become the civilian medical transport plane. That's all it's safe to do. And what it will do is it will, when we find out that there are cancer patients that need to be taken from one part of the country to another that have like elaborate systems that they have to be hooked up to or whatever, they can fly them fucking as is in this thing. Just roll them right up in there. Just convert it into a flying hospital. In the case of a large disaster, you could fly it into an area after a tornado or something like that and basically set up a hospital in it because it's that big. How about that? What do you think, chat room? You think that's a better idea than just painting it and calling it Air Force Deuce? That's what I'll do with it. There you go. We'll add that to my list of promises as president. That and releasing the entirety of the Epstein files, with all the victims blacked out by AI, so nobody has to actually watch it to personally scrub them out, because that's damaging to the person that has to do it as well. So that'd do it.
Free. I say I'd like one because we need it as Air Force One until the other ones are done.
Bullshit. Fly the plane you got.
And they said, we would be pleased to give you. So they gave us a Boeing 747 for the...
Yes, which I guess they could, if they wanted to, make it fall out of the sky while you're in it anytime they want to. Right? Clearly.
The United States Air Force, and it's just incredible. The press picked it up and they said, he got a plane. I didn't get a plane. They got a plane. But that's the way it is. You're going to get to know as you deal with the fake news, and then eventually you'll get to love them. Maybe. I doubt it. Actually, I doubt it. But I want to just tell you some of the numbers that just came out. Rasmussen, a majority of Americans now believe our country is on the right track for the first time in 28 years. Think of that. First time in 28 years. That's something. And think of the achievement. And we did that in...
Yeah, and Rasmussen. Compared to China, are we on the right track? Right. Yes.
4 months. We haven't been here long. 4 months. And we're going to do a lot better than that. But who would think that for 28 years they thought we were on the wrong track? Because I know one thing, that 4 years ago, during our term, we were on the right track. We were doing a great job. And we... No,
they felt it then, too. And he's rewording the question so he can get an answer he likes because he works for you, not to inform people.
Had one of the most successful, that was one of the most successful terms ever. Then we had a little problem where they rigged an election, and then we came back. And this is bigger, better, stronger than ever before. This one is far bigger than it would have been. This is really something what's happened. We've created over 500,000 new jobs in a short period of time.
Nope.
Secured nearly $15 trillion, new investments.
I love how he just stacks everything. Everything's just times 3, And all of it's just like, again, like even the Apple money is what they invest regularly. They just told him what the number was.
Are going into our country. And if you notice, the inflation report came out this morning. We're at about 2% inflation. Can you believe it?
Real quick. There's the Current annual inflation is 2.3%. Now it's the closest been to the Federal Reserve's 2% target since post-pandemic inflation surge began in 2021. Consumers pay more close attention to cumulative inflation. Prices are now 23.6% more expensive today than they were before the coronavirus. Federal Reserve cut interest rates at a full percentage point across 3 consecutive meetings in 2024, but officials are taking a more cautious approach in 2025 as price pressures stay sticky and Donald Trump's tariff policies threaten to reignite inflation. That's the other thing, too. It's like people stopped buying shit, so inflation goes down when the number of goods goes down.
Because the people were devastated. The last administration, in my opinion, the most unsuccessful administration maybe in the history of our country.
Well, yeah, because you think infrastructure is terrible and people don't deserve the services their government should give them.
Grocery prices went through the roof. Well, grocery prices now are down. You remember they were talking about eggs. My first week in office, the press was screaming about eggs. Eggs have gone up 287%. I said, I'm sorry, I just got here. And the eggs went up. Now the eggs are down at the same price they were. We got them all the way down. And we had, 3 weeks ago for Easter, we had an egg hunt, an egg roll, they called it. And they said, sir, could you order, a couple of months ago, could you order plastic eggs? I said, we're not ordering plastic eggs. And by the time we had the event, eggs were all the way down. But think of it, grocery prices are down, gasoline prices are down, and they were down just in time. $1, we had numerous states, $1.98 a gallon, just in time for Memorial Day weekend. How about that? Good timing. Mm-hmm. You know, this all inures to you because you're all with us. This is a family. This is really a family. So when I do good, you do good. When we do good, we do good together. That's the way I want it. Incomes are soaring, and in April, we achieved the largest drop in consumer prices, the largest increase in consumer confidence, both of them.
Bullshit.
In many, many years. In one case, we've never had such a drop. It's never been like this. We've never had this kind of success.
Oh, by the way, there was a rising consumer confidence when Trump first came in because people were buying his bullshit, and then after the fucking Tariff Tuesday, it went in the shitter again. And it keeps like bumping up when he pulls the tariffs back. So because they crater so much, they go back up, and he takes credit for like consumer confidence is up because you cratered it last week. It's still below what it was the week before.
I just hope it keeps going. You know, you do need a little luck too. You know that. And sometimes you need a little prayer, maybe all the time. We need a little bit of a prayer.
We need a little bit of a prayer? That's not how prayer works.
We're going to keep it going. In a single month, we also cut the trade deficit in half by 50%. Do you believe that one? You don't hear that too much on the news.
Yeah, that's because people stopped buying shit.
They don't like to tell you those things. In a matter of weeks, we slashed the number of illegal border crossings released into the United States down to practically nothing. 3 people got in. 3. We had hundreds of thousands, and 3 people equates to 99.999%. How's that, good? I couldn't reach 100%, I'm sorry. And of the 3 people, I have to tell you, 2 of them were medical emergencies, okay? So I'm going to say 1 person got in. That was a piece of work, I guess. I'd like to meet that guy. I'd like to meet the guy that got in.
What?
Peacetime enlistment.
No, you wouldn't. Because you're a germaphobe and you don't like immigrants.
Numbers. This is something we're all really proud of. It's a big deal. Peacetime enlistment numbers for every branch of our military, every single branch, are at the highest levels in modern history. And 7 months ago, we had the worst recruit. Think of this.
Oh, that's because there are less civilian jobs. Right. Yeah. because federal jobs, because families have lost their federal jobs, but also a lot of civilian jobs. And in a lot of areas, the way you get out of that poverty is by joining the military. So they know they're not going to cut the military. So it's a great way to guarantee that you'll have an income in an area that's going to be decimated by other cuts from the Trump administration. So I can see that. Yeah.
This is done in 6 or 7 months. 7 months ago, we had the worst numbers in recorded history. Nobody wanted.
Yeah, because there were real jobs available and people didn't feel like they needed to join the military just to make a living.
To join the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard. Nobody wanted. Or our police. Our police are likewise through the roof. 6, 7 months ago, they couldn't fill a position. You couldn't fill it in the military. Now it's hot as a pistol. We have the best.
That's his new phrase, hot as a pistol. It's very like, what, 1978?
Numbers. Think of that. The best numbers in a short period of time in modern history. And that's something.
Yeah, still the growth point from the Biden administration.
I'm very proud of.
All the wages that went up had to do with Social Security benefits going to a group of people that were denied them for years. And the biggest leap forward came from March to April.
And that's because the people of our country, you love our country, you were devastated to see what was happening. And now you're thrilled to see what's happening because we have a hot one and we love it. We've achieved more in 4 months than most administrations have achieved in 4 years.
Well, from a pump and dump scheme standpoint, sure. Your rich friends have achieved more in stealing from regular investors than anybody else. I'll give you that, sure.
Or 8 years. And none of this would have been possible without you. You're the ones that are really doing it. You're the ones that are making it happen.
The interns?
You really are.
That explains it. The decision is being made by people who can't even get a job doing that thing. They work for free.
And someday, one of you, maybe 2 of you or 3 of you, will be standing right here saying very similar words. I hope you're saying similar words.
Well, I mean, the order will be better, and of course, the sentence structure overall.
But that's a real possibility because there really is this greatness in this crowd. There's greatness. You might not even know that, but there's greatness in this crowd.
Thanks.
The caliber of talent we've assembled is unparalleled. This is really the...
It is. It's unparalleled. Hold on. We got to... I don't know if he...
They tried to hook up wire to copper, and it can't be done.
Right. That's true.
We're going to have it cauterized by Congress.
That's right. Yeah. If he's got a boil or something.
Strongest, most talented team that we've had, and I think that this government has had in a long time and maybe ever.
That's what was it? Hold on.
I really think this could. This is really the caliber of talent we've assembled is unparalleled. This is really
It is unparalleled.
Strongest, most talented team that we've had, and I think that this government has had in a long time and maybe ever. I really think this could be the best team. We worked hard on it, and just...
And Washington, D.C. lawn crowds are the greatest audiences in the world.
In just 135 days, we've hired over 3,200 patriots to deliver on the mandate that we received in November.
I'm so glad you're not having a big, bloated administration and you're paring it down to the absolute minimum. 3,000, you say?
November 5th, we want to go down as one of the most important days in the history of our country. That's Election Day. We're going to...
Oh, I see. Is that what that was? I was confused. Yeah. But I always forget when Arbor Day is.
Make it the most important day. And as of tonight, we filled 91% of our political appointments. And I'll tell you, we have a waiting...
That they presented, by the way, which is why he's using a percentage and not the actual number, because he keeps having to pull people. And there are a bunch of people that they haven't even nominated for the positions yet because they don't have anybody, or the person that they have, they know won't make it through the Senate.
Likewise, we have a big waiting list of people that want to come over, work here with you, work in...
That's what I'm talking about. We got 91% of the people we put through have gotten through. The Matt Gaetz of the world, obviously, that was a little hiccup there. But most of the people that we still need to fill real positions, not interns and other shit, but actual cabinet positions doing actual work, we have no fucking idea who that's going to be. And everybody that gets suggested to him is somebody that would never make it past the Senate.
White House, every single department, every single agency has a waiting list of people that want to come in and be with us.
No, there's a waiting list of roles that need to be filled, and you're not doing the homework yet because you're fucking golfing.
The Department of Veteran
Not that I care, because I'm not in a hurry for you to fill those positions with people you actually like.
Affairs has achieved already 100% staffing, all with people that we want. Really great people.
Yeah, those are the people you just hire. Everybody does that. You don't get extra points. It's 4 months into your fucking presidency.
Department of Defense, Commerce, and Treasury is over 90% of the political hires. They're complete. It's a record at this time, so early. And the
No, it isn't.
Departments of Homeland Security, Health and Human Services, Labor are all over and up to about 95% already. So that's incredible. I want to thank the great Chief of Staff, most powerful woman.
Tell us that your part of the hire is about 8 people.
Anywhere in the world, they say. She got the most powerful woman in the world. One phone call and a group of people, I better not say it. I was going to say one phone call and the country is wiped out, but we're not going to say that.
Jesus.
Because we're a peace-loving nation. We are a peace-loving nation. Susie Wiles, where are you, Susie?
Yes, the actual president.
There she is. No, she's great. And Sergio, thank you.
Yeah, she's basically his nurse.
For the great job that you did. I appreciate it, Sergio. Sergio Gore. They have done a really amazing job. Susie, I'll tell you what, she's the first woman chief of staff in the history of our country. And I'm surprised to hear that. And I watch those men, and she watches over them, and if they get a little bit out of line, they may be big shots, defense. They may be at commerce. They may be the biggest. They're scared of her. They're afraid of her. They don't want her coming after them.
He's afraid of her.
But no, she's been incredible. First woman chief of staff in the history of our country. Isn't that great? I'm surprised to hear that, actually, but that's the way it is. But most of
I didn't hire her because she ran my campaign, and isn't that what a chief of staff does? And she's basically just a campaign person.
Importantly, let me thank all of the appointees for your tireless efforts to.
Okay, this is boring. He's just going to go through and chit chat. I do want to show something real quick because somebody was bringing this up earlier, the Operation Spiderweb thing, and I wanted to point out a couple of things because for those of you that don't know, the Ukrainians set up these trucks with drones in the top. And this is footage of it hitting, striking these giant bombers. This is, I think, 1,000 miles inside Russia. Well, they didn't fly all the way across the country. They came in these trucks, and they like the structure of these trucks was there was a battery system and a guide system and a transmission system so that they could relay through it to control these things via satellite. And then the top of it opens up, and these drones would come out of the top and fly around. Some of them fly up directly. Others are literally, there's like an ejection system that chucks it. Yeah, sorry. Oh, gross. Trump's golf club received 18 health code violations in May inspection. Well, so they've got it down. Anyways, these are the, let's see, the Russian airfields. This is other places they hit. These are the trucks. So after, by the way, the trucks themselves blew up after that fact. Let me show you kind of the genius of this. But this is, there's been a few...
Ukrainian engineers...
So
launching system disguise.
We showed this thing to you earlier, but the box inside there that they were showing is made to look like prefab housing with like generators and stuff that you would use for when you pull all this stuff out and you basically open up this prefab house and throw the walls up and off you go. But it was really a charging and transmission statement for these drones that were under the shielding, so you couldn't see them if they ran through one of the scanners. They drove them into these countries, into Russia from different countries. The map they show, they're all coming from Ukraine, but that's not the case. A lot of them came in from Kazakhstan and other ways. They did a big circuitous route. That's why it took them like 18 months to plan this whole thing. But they would park it nearby, and then they just sat there for a long period of time. In some cases, over like a couple of months. And then all at once, they all took off. They opened these things up, and you'll see like the ones fly up, but then there's these other ones that kind of get flicked out is the other way they sent it. They go, so the shipping trucks went there. They got about a 2-mile range, so they have to get that close. They're designed to just fly in and then boom. They hit all these Tu-95s. They hit the radar planes. It's just, I mean, there's no other way to talk about it except just genius. Incredible stuff. So they sent a bunch of these trucks that were designed, that were already in Russia, that were built elsewhere. Some cases they flew the drones to them. The drones were picked up and put in there, and then they were shipped through. It's pretty secret how it all happened, but they came in more than likely, some of them up and through Belarus and some through Kazakhstan because they went so far into the country. And they went this deep into Russia. 117 drones took off from all of these vehicles, managed to blow up what's effectively 40 of these giant 40 of their bombers, which is 32% of their total bombers that they have. And that's assuming the rest of them even fucking work. A lot of them were also damaged. Ones that weren't destroyed outright were, effectively put out of commission for a long period of time. If they even have the crew or the technical people to repair them to that extent, they might have people who could do a little bit of work on them. But, if it's factory level work, they don't have the resources or the personnel to do it anymore because they've sent them to the fucking front lines. And there was also a hit up here where their nuclear subs are that they didn't talk about much because that stuff you didn't see. But the one over here in Siberia is probably the most incredible one because this is where the long range bombers were hidden because they thought they were totally safe over here. And they blew up a shit ton of those. And then here's the question I have. And I brought this up with Philip Ittner this morning, that if you're Russia and you're like, we're going to retaliate, this can't be, we will not allow this. How do you know that there aren't 10 more trucks just like them parked near the Kremlin? Oh, Boston Brian is on? Excellent. I'm going to send you guys over because I'm sure he'll be talking about this. And it'll be a great thing. And he's back. Anyways, this, these attacks on these airfields, this is them blowing up the actual planes. The footage is available all over the place, but it's really crucial that this is smart war. This doesn't involve, there's no civilian deaths in this at all. There's not even the chance of civilian deaths, really, unless I guess there's a civilian vendor bringing food onto the base would be the biggest fear. But they were aimed directly at these planes. I don't know why those people would be anywhere near your top secret bombers. So 100% that, right? You're standing by to raid Brian? Excellent. Okay. Well, as soon as I'll just do it now because I've hung out long enough anyways. I've been here. I've overstayed my welcome. So let's, if you want, everybody who's on Twitch, we're going to raid Boston Brian right now, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the afternoon. Now, my tomorrow show will be earlier. It will be at 3 o'clock, a regular time, because Cam's with me now, and so we shift our family FaceTime thing that we do to later when he's here. So, because the time changed. So I'm going to be on at my regular time. And so I'll see you guys at 3 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. After I go do cryo in the morning, there might be video. I'm in my skivvies being frozen to death. I hope that's okay. But in the meantime, I will see you guys. And let me click this thing on and we'll go to, this one. All right.
He's snarky, smart, and always live. It's House Sparks Mega Rewind. News, laughs, and righteous sass. Kicks fake facts right in the sack.
Oh, sass. I'm kidding. All right, we'll see you next time. And take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else. And tell Boston Brian we love him and say hi. All right. And thank you, mods, and thank you, everybody, for the super chats and taking care of the show. Don't forget Patreon and Venmo. Best way to help the show. Patreon.com/HalSparks. Stand-up show for our Patreon people every month. Free show. And if I'm live in your area, you get to come to a show and bring a guest. So there's all kinds of perks. I'm just saying. All right. I'm out of here. You got someplace to go, and so do I. All right. And credits. Yeah.